Uncle Bob with Fly Fishing Mythbusters. And I won't call this an unboxing, but it kind of is. So, I think the best flarping rod is an 8-weight fiberglass rod, and the best reel has a good drag. And I'm not sure it makes any difference what size the reel is, but this is the official Flarping Combo. And I know the light's low here, folks. This is the blue one. I already have the brown one. The excuse I gave to my wife for getting the blue one was it was going to be her rod. Now, my wife doesn't fish, but we have a long history of car camping with our dogs where I'd find some river I wanted to go to, and she'd find a nice spot to put her chair and read her book. And the dogs would follow me for a while, and then they go, oh, you know what? I got tired of rock hopping and whatnot, and they'd go back and stay with her. So she's capable of sitting there and reading. And I think because flarping is so self-contained, right, she can, sit there. I'll have her all set up. I'll have her rod staked down. And heck, if she hooks a fish, well, I'll go over and help her with it. But, again, $52 for this. And I started flarping with the Cabela's CGR, which is a fiberglass rod, a 5.6, but it had a fighting butt. And because I was doing a fly line repair with JB Weld on my 8-weight, I flarped with that yesterday. And I can tell you, casting the flarp cast with that rod versus this Aventic, the Aventic is so much nicer. It was so much nicer than that heavy Lefty Kreh Signature 2 Axiom TFO bonefish rod. That tip is too stiff. You cannot load it. The Cabela's rod is too noodly, right? And this one is just right. Now, this is a 5.6 reel. This is an 8-weight rod, and people go, oh, you can't do that, whatever. And the concept, I guess, is that if you have the balancing point, right, kind of in the middle of your hand, that you're doing less work through the day. Of course, the flarp cast doesn't do any of that. It doesn't make a lick of difference, but I did put all the sections on this rod. They're not there now, and the balancing point is right about there, which is right about where my thumb is. Now, is that any worse? I don't think so. Now, interestingly, I got a little card with the rod that says that they have a 25-year warranty. And it reads really nice, due to, when you're fishing and you break it or whatever. However, I would pay the shipping. And I'm going to bet that shipping this thing for them to verify, right, that they're going to do a replacement is going to cost me more than buying a new one. And that's a total racket, by the way. Any of you guys know that if you break a fly rod, they make you ship back the whole thing, even though you just want a new tip. So, this is my wife's. It's the blue one. There was only 4 left on Amazon Prime, and I've got maybe there's none left now. But I just think this combo right here for $100, total, reel and rod, this is the flarping dream. And with talk of tariffs, not knowing how that's going to work out, but we've gone through periods of supply chain crises. I'd get yours now, man. Flarping is the future. Big fish, nice and comfortable, twitching the line. And that's what I want to make people understand. So the first guide is, there's no guides on this section. The first guide is going to be out here. And I withdraw this line, the rod goes on the ground, and I am I am setting the hook, right, from the fly line between the reel and the first guides. So I don't know what aspects the rod has to have. It's for casting. It needs to be long enough. It needs to be sturdy. It needs to be cheap, right? But the the pairing, right, is not nearly as important in flarping. What's more important is you have a rod that performs the flarping cast right and a reel that has a good sealed drag that's easy to to set. That's the key to flarping. And this rig definitely fills the bill. I'm happy with it. Am I going to send it back if I break it? No, I'm going to buy another one. That's the way it works when you're paying under $100 for a combo like this. And, the shipping to get things fixed is going to cost you $100. All right, bye-bye.